Dear Mountain High, welcome to a very special episode of MTV today.
On Monday of this week, Katherine Gobble Johnson passed away at 100 years of age. Katherine Johnson is known for her incredible mathematical work for NASA. More incredibly was the fact that she was a black woman in a time when segregation was still going strong in the South.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me.
Today's show, we focus on Black History Month. We hope it inspires you.
Black History Month takes place each year in the month of February. It was officially recognized by President Gerald Ford in 1976 during the United States Bicentennial.
But before Black History Month, a week celebrated named Negro History Week was established in 1926 by historian Carter J. Woodson. February was chosen because it's the month of Abraham Lincoln's birthday.
President Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1862. The proclamation changed the legal status of African Americans from slaves to free.
It's been a slow road for Black Americans to find respect and success in a free American civilization. It is still an evolving process. However, here is Reese and AJ with a short list of African American successes in the United States.
Hey Mountain, it's Reese and AJ. Throughout our country's history, there are many events that have taken place, some more impactful than others.
And since it's Black History Month, we'd like to go over some of the amazing milestones in Black history.
In 1932, the first African American on a presidential ticket was James W. Ford.
In 1936, the first African American women selected for the Olympics were Tide Pickett and Louise Stokes.
Alright, in 1940, the first African American to win an Oscar was Hattie McDaniel.
In 1943, the first African American artist to have a #1 song on Billboard charts was the Mills Brothers.
In 1947, the first African American Major League Baseball player was Jackie Robinson. There's also a movie made about him, number 42.
In 1950, the first African American to win a Nobel Peace Prize was Ralph Bunche.
In 1960, the first African American presidential candidate was Clinton King.
In 1968, the first African American woman elected to the U.S. House of Representatives was Shirley Anita Chisholm.
In 1983, the first African American astronaut was Guy Stewart Bluford Jr.
And in 2008, the first African American president was Barack Obama.
Thank you, Reese and AJ.
As we mentioned at the start of the show, the past Monday, an important African American woman passed away at the age of 101. Here is Porter and Angel with more information.
Many of you may know of Katherine Gobble Johnson from the movie Hidden Figures. The movie was based on Hidden Figures, the American dream and the untold story of black women mathematicians who helped win the space race.
The film, nominated for Best Pictures of the Year, told the story of a black woman who worked at NASA during the 1950s and the 1960s. One of the main characters was Katherine Gobble Johnson.
Katherine was an American mathematician whose calculations of orbital mechanics as a NASA employee were critical to the success of the first and subsequent U.S. crewed space flights.
NASA noted her as one of the first African American women to work as a NASA scientist. Although she was respected at NASA, she was faced with discrimination while working there.
Here's a memorable scene from the movie capturing that struggle.
Where the hell have you been? Everywhere I look, you're not where I need you to be. It's not my imagination. Now, where the hell do you go every day?
To the bathroom, sir.
To the bathroom. To the damn bathroom. For 40 minutes a day? What are you doing there? We're T-minus 0 here. I put a lot of faith in you.
There's no bathroom for me here.
What do you mean there's no bathroom for you here?
There is no bathroom. There are no colored bathrooms in this building or any building outside the West Campus, which is half a mile away. Did you know that? I have to walk to Timbuktu just to relieve myself. And I can't use one of the handy bikes. Picture that, Mr. Harrison. My uniform, skirt below my knees, my heels, and a simple string of pearls. Well, I don't own pearls. Lord knows you don't pay colors enough to afford pearls. And I work like a dog day and night, living off of coffee from a pot none of you want to touch. So, excuse me if I have to go to the restroom a few times a day.
Thanks, Porter and Angel, for that inspiring segment.
Before Katherine Johnson and even before Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, there was many individuals who paved the way for the future freedom, respect, and success of African Americans. Here's Macy to discuss one of those individuals and the recent movie that has been released about her life.
So we all know who Harriet Tubman was. We learn about her in school and in history class. We know that she was a slave and she escaped and got herself to freedom in Philadelphia. And we know that she was part of the Underground Railroad and she went back and she helped free a lot of other slaves. But I didn't know a lot of stuff about her. That's the only thing we ever talk about when we talk about Harriet Tubman. But I've always found her to be a really inspirational woman and very interesting. So I watched the movie Harriet that came out just this past year, and I learned so many new things. I didn't even know that her real name wasn't Harriet Tubman. That was her freedom name. That was the name she came up with when she became free. I didn't know that she helped lead troops in the Civil War, one of the only women to ever do that. I had no idea. I didn't know that she had some kind of personal connection with God, and that she could have visions that would help her lead the other slaves to safety. I didn't know about all these amazing things she did to help her people and help our country get to where it is today. And she died. She had a really nice life. She died at 91 years of age, surrounded by loved ones, just because of old age. She lived a full and happy life, you know? And so, honestly, I think we should give her a bill and start putting her face on money, because she's done so many amazing things to help shape this country. And just what a woman. Amazing. 10 out of 10.
There's not much time. You got to be miles away from here before dawn. Where is she? Follow that North Star. If there are no stars, just follow the river. Listen for them. Fear is your enemy. Whoa, easy now.
I'm gonna be free or die.
I don't know if you know how extraordinary this is, but you have made it 100 miles to freedom all by yourself. Would you like to pick a new name to mark your freedom?
Harriet Tubman. You are welcome here anytime. If I'm free, my family should be too. I made up my mind, I'm going back. You're confident, composed. When trouble comes, you'll be ready.
Papers. Says here you're 5.5 feet tall. You ain't more than 5 feet.
Must have won my high boots that day.
Why you back here? It ain't safe.
I come to get you. Bring all of you to freedom.
Do you know what would happen if you got caught? You got lucky, Harriet.
I made it this far on my own, so don't you tell me what I can't do.
Thanks, Macy. We hope that Harriet Tubman inspires each of you to stand up and make a difference in the world.
And thank you, MHS, for a wonderful show, and have a great day.